Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. It's a Zero Quirks Legends Gaming. Black as a mobile. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Happy Monday. Happy patch night, all. Here's what we got for you tonight. We've got Black Sun coming up in about 20 minutes. Right after Black Sun is going to be the giveaway. So that'll be at about 10:40. Afterwards, we will see what kind of CP upgrades that we can do. Probably try to get some Raminus done. Our Node War is a late Node War tonight, so I will not be streaming then. And I probably will not. We'll see how long we make it, but it's probably going to be a shorter stream today since there's no node and there's like a big gap between Black Sun ending and Night of Vengeful Souls. So we'll probably do some Ramo, get the weekly Ramo done, and and then go from there. Yeah, I think I got all my desert temples done. I'm close to pushing gold in ranked arena. I don't know if I want to do that push tonight or not. Now, as far as the update that is coming out tomorrow is going to be a pretty small upgrade. It's going to be a lot more like class updates. So not a lot on the content front from Pearl Abyss. Now, one of the things to think about is it is already the end of April. That means the Heidel Ball is somewhere around the corner. Now, last year, the Heidel Ball was delayed until August. And I think a big reason why it was delayed until August is because they really, really wanted to have the Land of Morning Light ready for announcement, and they were just not ready. And if you think about it, last year they released the Land of Morning Light to BDO in the month of April. So a year ago, they released Land of Morning Light to BDO. Then they announced the launch of Land of Morning Light to mobile players in August, 4 months later. And at that time, I had said, like, this is evidence that they were doing, like, they were parallel developing content for both BDO and BDM. This was the launch of a whole new continent. Like, basically, it's a big DLC in and of itself. It opened up a lot of content for both the mobile and for BDO side. But to launch it on mobile, like 4 months after on BDL, like that's really, really good. You guys have also heard me talk about how I feel like in the next couple of years, we'll probably start seeing the content from BDO and BDM kind of merge. So what I think will likely happen is that like class releases have gotten fairly close in timing. Land of Morning Light, which was a really big release, you know, like only 4 months behind, right? I I think what's going to happen over the next couple of years is that's only going to get closer and closer. So content that is going to be released for BDO will be released for BDM soon thereafter. It's going to be interesting as the games head towards that kind of merger, because the playing motivations are completely different for BDO than it is for BDM. If you think about it, BDO players received Land of Morning Light um, with a lot of fanfare and with a lot of excitement, namely because the the thing that they released with Land of Morning Light were the bosses and the calamities. Basically, boss rushes in BDM. For mobile players, we've had boss rushes for forever. So it wasn't nothing new for us, but it was brand new for BDO. So there's a lot of excitement. They also incorporated like a leaderboard. You could see who got the top time on these calamities, right? So it was bringing in some of the BDM um, features into BDO. So hopefully, um, as they make additional classes and content, we'll see how it goes. But I do expect that over the next couple years that the content timeline for BDO and BDM to start getting closer and closer together. The bad part about it is it emphasizes how much the revenue from the mobile side is propping up the content for the BDO side. Now, why do I say that? Or you can go out and buy BDO, I think, for $9.99 or $14.99. A lot of players that I have talked to got BDO when it was like free on Steam, or like just recently Prime Gaming was giving away Black Desert Online for free, basically making BDO like free to play. um and I think it was like 7 or 8 months ago when I was playing BDO, and I kind of gave my review for it. I said there are similar things that impact BDO as it impacts BDM, and number one is inventory space is the biggest problem challenge. The um it is clearly the revenue generating method for BDO and BDM. They don't care if you pay $10 for the game. What they want is they want you to pay in their shop for the pearls that are necessary in order to increase the inventory slot. Because they know without a doubt that psychologically it is different for players. Buying the game itself, you know, off of the game store is different than buying something that you need for the game inside the game's cash shop. Um, insanely predatory, considering just how like little inventory slots you get. Not only that, you get more inventory slot expansions for free currency such as silver and black pearls than you do in BDO. In BDO, I think you have to wait for specific like giveaways where it might increase inventory slots. Otherwise, it's white pearls. So for players that have played for a really long time, and like they have plenty of inventory slots. Newer players will quickly run out of it, especially after the season ends and the seasonal buff goes away. So, all of that said, over the past couple of weeks, I've been thinking BDM is facing a very unique challenge right now, and I don't know how Pearl Abyss is going to try to navigate this. BDM has had problems with maintaining a player base, and a part of that is access to end game content. If you think about it, when was the last time you saw me do, like Castle Siege on this channel? 2 years ago was the last time I did one on stream. Because it was 2 years ago that we actually bid on one and participated in one on this account. Along with that, guilds have had this terrible habit of, especially the top guilds have had this really bad habit of consuming up all of the resources of as many of the lower nodes as possible. And get it, PvP game, you're a higher guild, you're a stronger guild, so if you want to take a node, you can take a node. And that's fine. Like, I get that that's a part of the game, but one of the things that I think that the top guilds either A, don't care about, or are just ignorant to, is how their actions are kind of suppressing the player base, which basically is the reason why they opened up the Americas Oasis, Europe Oasis, this, extra server or new server in each of the regions. And that is because of the player practice in the main server, it prevents newer players from really growing into the game because there's such a big top-down pressure from the top guilds and the top players to eat up all of the resources as possible so that they can stay on top. And there isn't an and they don't care about whether that displaces mid-tier guilds or lower guilds and or prevents them from playing at all. So let me give you an example of kind of like the decision-making process that goes on right now is, Guildmaster will look at the map and they will look at, okay, here there's a total of 35 nodes, and in order for maximum enjoyment for my guild, it's about, getting my guild onto, whatever node that has access to specific like extra activities such as the hidden banquet or tax wagon, right? And especially if you have the CP to do so, doing so at a rate that allows you to earn your guild more medals, which will in turn allow your guild members to get more resources from the guild shop, etc., etc. Server is very lucky you don't have a 6K difference between rank 1 and rank 2. At least you have a chance to compete. So just because we don't have a 6K difference between rank 1 and rank 2 doesn't mean that we're lucky, because the difference between rank 1 and rank 300, okay, is more than 15K. And that's just, and that's huge. Okay. Yeah, that's 15K is just a huge amount of difference. But I think a big aspect of it, though, is these guilds look at the content that they want their guild to get into, and they focus on just what their guild are going to go into. One of the things that they don't realize is that by knocking guilds off of nodes, that means fewer guilds are available to do Automach. Fewer guilds available to do Automach means longer queue times. Longer queue times means more frustrated players in your guild, right? And so it's like do the top tier guilds care? They don't. They don't. And because they don't, and that's why I think it's problematic, is what they don't see is that the more that they knock other guild, like what I'm saying is like, if you're already sitting on a node, right, and you're a top tier guild, right, how much importance is it to win nodes for the few extra medals that you get versus preventing another guild from participating in Automach? Right. So the lower number of guilds participating in Automach means longer queue times for everybody. Longer queue times for everybody means, fewer teams get to run. And so this is one of those weeks where, because of who bid on our node, like, yeah, we're gonna lose, and we won't have Automach on Wednesday. So, just as a heads up for everybody, without Automach on Wednesday, it is unlikely that I will be streaming on Wednesday. Just because, like, that's kind of like a key bit of content that I do on Wednesdays. Trying to kick CL and Enigma from the castle. All attempts failed. I mean, that's tough. I mean, you have, Wartide, you have nothing to apologize for. I just, one of the things that has frustrated me about how the game has designed so that guild leaders, like decision making, is kind of, I wouldn't say perverted, but like it is aimed at not being beneficial. Um, and as long as bigger guilds don't care about how their decisions affect lower guilds, it's like all it's going to do is continue to like put a downward pressure on the player base. Up, Elridge. Um, I don't think they lost castles in years. Some other guild in their server became cheerleader for them if you can't defeat them. So, so one of the things people say, to me here on stream, in chat, or in Discord, is they need to make things more CP balanced. And my immediate response to them is no, that is not the solution. It's just verbal war and server chat. Yeah, I mean, PvP breeds toxicity. But I mean, a lot of it has to do with just like the game's design, especially on the mobile side, is it is intended to create drama. And that's fine. But also, one of the things that I think is lacking, especially in the BDM community, is an actual desire for like game longevity, right? KR is on maintenance. I feel like some people only live for that. Yeah, I mean, this game breeds drama, and drama makes people's lives interesting, and interesting lives, you know, whether it makes them feel important, whether their wallet warrior ways makes them feel like they're strong, whatever, like that's fine. But as a player, that's, not just like I play the game, I also try to create content for it, right? As a content creator, right? How attractive do you think it is to broadcast a node war in which we're going to get steamrolled in under 2 minutes? Right? I mean, no fault of ours. Not our fault. But that's the way the game is. And because of that, right now, our guild will no longer have access to Atomak on Wednesday. And if you think like, oh, that's not a big deal, you can always win a node and do it on Sunday, right? Well, so here's the thing, like, I'm not available on Sundays. Usually not. I mean, I do have a family and I do want to spend time with them. So, like, a lot of times Sunday evenings, I'm not on the game until late, until long after Automac is over. And am I whining because I don't have Automac? No. What I'm saying is the downward pressure, right? All right. So Philhan, just as a reminder, the giveaway will start right after Black Sun. Um, I started this conversation about the downward pressures of higher guilds onto lower guilds and the availability of content driving away player base, because what is actually happening on Oasis is a lot worse. Now, Pearl Abyss had very, very good intentions and encouraging players to return to the game, but to start accounts on the new Oasis server by providing them with the Black Pearl refunds. Great idea. I think it was a great way to get players over to the new server and get some activity on there. However, Rob will kind of have so much BP. Yeah, that's exactly it. What I don't think Pearl Abyss expected to happen was, so the new server Oasis was intended to be a whale breeding ground. Now, what do I mean by that, right? What I think he was intended to do was to create a new server, and bring some like existing players over, players with experience and enough black pearls and the refund to, start pushing their CP, fairly high pretty quickly. And I think that was their intent. And I think they succeeded at that. What I don't think they realized was that, the current player whales would look at the new server as basically a newbie feeding ground and go over to the new server, spend all of their black pearls, and basically immediately make the new server be exactly like the main server. I mean, we're talking about the top CP players on Oasis getting close to hitting 60K. Okay. That means their alternate accounts on the new server is already in count. You watch Spades, the time a seasonal character graduate, he already has level 10 skills. Many more. Spades is not a heavy spender. Yeah, no. I mean, like, I didn't spend my black pearls on skills, but like I know that I could have. I think my main on the new server has level 9 skills, but that character is already almost 40k CP. Okay? So what's happening is basically like the whales, especially the big heavy spenders that have decided to go over, have kind of brought the same like top guild drama over to the new server. And that's kind of problematic because you will get fewer players wanting to spend money to catch up when they see that the gap, and we're talking only 3 weeks in, the gap between number 1 and number 50 is 15k CP. Let me repeat. The gap between number 1 and number 50 is 15k CP. That's really, really hard to overcome. Voice is just buying free to play, some time to grind while whales are distracted. I mean, that is one way to look at it, yeah. Imagine some whales that have millions of... Yeah. um, my alt account, my wife's account, is in one of the whale guilds on the new server. And I tell you what, man, I feel lucky that I'm in that guild, but also the number of guild wars, we've pretty much been in a guild war every single day with the other top guild. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if I've spent, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 black pearls on revives. To the point now where I'm actually thinking, I might as well just buy a whole bunch of blessings, because it's 2 BP cheaper to have blessings. So I think the unique challenge that that Perlibus has is, how do they find a balance to this without making more CP balanced or CP capped game modes? Because that is not the solution. Like, clearly asking them to balance the classes, like nerfing Berserker and Titan, like, clearly it's falling on deaf ears. Like, they're not going to do it, right? Too much revenue is being generated from that. So the other part is, like, if we keep asking and they're not going to do it, why bother keep asking when it's clear that they're not going to? So let's think about other aspects of the game that they could change, other gaming systems that they could change, which would make it more enjoyable. not just for the top guilds, but for more guilds in total. Number one of the things that I thought about was your guild can only win the rewards from node wars once, or the tier once per week, or the tier that you're on. So so right now, if you're sitting on a tier 2 node, you can bid on another tier 2 node. However, if we implement this mode of where if you have a tier 2 node, bidding on another tier 2 node doesn't net your guild any rewards. Now there is no incentive to bid on a tier 2 node. The only incentive is to bid on a tier 3 because you can't bid on a tier 1 when you're sitting on a tier 2. However, what that encourages is guilds to do a full node rotation 1, 2, and 3. And we also want to avoid that as well. And I can't think of like how to discourage that. Um, I also think that they should go back to the previous rules for Atomok participation, where if you won a node war in the previous week, quote, previous season, then you can do Atomok. We're getting 3 Black Shrine bosses tomorrow. Yeah, we're getting. I don't know if that's tomorrow. I think it's the week after tomorrow. I thought they just got those last week, but it might be tomorrow. You're probably right. Which great. I mean, the CP gap will only widen even more. Yeah, I think he is talking about this maintenance night. When I'm reading the update notice, early notice. Yeah, I'm not sure. The notice doesn't say that we're going to get it this update. It just says another morning light long quest again. Good morning, Yang. What class do you suggest? More on PvE, but can still survive at PvP content like BS and Note. Not a vengeful soul. So first thing that I recommend is class with like escape skills, not escape skills, with like long movement skills, right? So Litanus has a long movement skill. Um, Toriong, Wusa. Um, I still think Choriong is like one of the better like balance classes. Um, you get a balance between between PvE and PvP with good movement and good escapability. Mm, don't be Raven because Raven sucks at farming. Um, I feel like they made some adjustments to Hwaryoung with their PvE damage where it hits harder. My own class. Yeah, the reason why I won't change class, or if I do, I usually change back, is because of the number one reason why people play this game, and that's for the outfits. So most of my outfits are for Raven. So I mean, I've got at least 20,000 black pearls just in Raven outfits alone. So um I think Choryong, Aryong, and I think mm, I mean Titan. God, that Titan heal. You want survivability? The Titan heal is ridiculous. Crazy nuts. I mean, of course, then there's Berserker. But personally, like, I wouldn't play Berserker or Titan because they're broken classes, and I don't like playing broken classes. That's because I want to be able to say that if I win at something PvP, it is because I wasn't playing a broken class, that I was playing a difficult class. Now, people complain about Ravens and their iframes. Folks, the level of skill that you need in order to maximize the Raven iframe use is like up here. The level of skill you need in order to maximize Berserker iframes, way, way, way down here. Like, a noob could probably watch a Smithy video and have perfect super armor on Berserker. Like, it's that simple. On Raven, really, really high. And once again, like, I'm like, I know I am not the best at PvP. Never claimed to be, and will never claim to be the best at PvP. I'm lying, I'm decent at PvP. Okay, I don't suck at PvP, but I'm also not great at it either. Oh, and see, here's the different thing too, Poet, right? Like you and I have played this, like you've played Invoker longer than I've played Raven, but I changed to Raven maybe like a month after you changed over. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I've been Raven longer than you've been Invoker. Because Raven's Ascended and Invoker's Awakened, and you didn't have the Awakened character yet. Latanis, Choryong, Hwaryong. Keep the dipped burritos. um, yeah, you didn't have Awakened until much later. No, okay, yeah. So one of the things that I thought about was like you stuck with Archmage and Invoker. Arkin stuck with Gladiator and Berserker. And I haven't switched back and forth between Reaper and Raven. I've just pretty much stayed Raven. I think one of the big differences in the PvP skill is that like I didn't practice my PvP. And big part of it, like a lot of that time was because like leading a guild, like you you have so many other things on your mind rather than practicing PvP. Not to mention, like if you guys remember, like we tried to put together those friendly arena nights. Do you remember that? Well, were you there the night that Arkin taught me how to overcome the gladiator's front guard? You were not in the Archmage meta. You were Archmage and then you were Invoker through the Archmage meta. Um like the nights that we would go into friendly arena and Arkin would just school me on Gladiator. And he, having played against some of the game's best Ravens, were telling was teaching me how I, as a Raven, could overcome his front guard. But what he always neglected to say was that his front guard shield skills were way better than my Raven skills would ever be. Like if you think about way back in those times, like there are people getting kicked off of the game because they would have a front guard macro for Gladiator. And basically you would know that was happening because when you go into arena, you would see this like little flicker as the shield would go on and off, on and off, on and off. And it would happen so fast and so often that basically like the front guard was almost permanent. Um the interesting thing, like I remember when I was going into arena at those times and seeing gladiators that had that going on. And I remember going up against Arkin, like it never happened with Arkin. He was all his was always based on timing and skill usage. He never once he put his shield up, he kept it up until he was ready to do something else. Like he wasn't doing that glitching thing. His shield management was good because he is easier to use in PC. Yeah. Um I mean, I don't know how he overcame the input lag. I mean, like I still have input lag and I've upgraded my system. So all right. Black Sun is over. But go ahead and get in on the raffle, exclamation point raffle, for a chance at 2 months of the plus pack, which is Combat Plus, Black Spirit Plus, Life Plus, plus your camp made. Um so one of the things about my PvP skill, I think, is like I just have a cap on my skill level. And the thing is like I've kind of come to terms with it. Like I know I'm not going to get any better. How the Titan healing is broken. I have I have mentioned that to them numerous times. Like the number of times that I'm in arena and the Titan basically just they're at full health while I'm losing health. Like it's just I mean, Elridge, if you want a PvE class with survivability, Titan would be one of the ways to go. Just because CP for CP, the amount of healing that you get is ridiculous on Titan. Especially if you go with a max HP guild, max HP build. Might need to be in normal arena often to know what they're doing. Titan versus Invoker is a game of tag. Dude, like, I remember way back when it was like Yumi and Arkin teaming up for Ramo, and you would just like kite everybody and annoy the fuck out of everybody. I would just follow one of you guys around and just throw bombs. Arkin would throw people down and just like get all the points, and you would get all the orbs and like, good God. And I remember like so that was the other thing too, right? Like knowing your role in those kinds of PvP situations, right? Um, like knowing that my role was just going to be throw bombs made it easy. Absolutely. Like I didn't have to get points if I didn't want to, because that wasn't my job. My job was to like damage the other team as much as possible. Cheers. All right, while we're waiting for Q of Raven can also be point holder, but Invoker and Glad would have to be playing his interception. Yeah, and the thing is like I never wanted to be the point holder because I knew that you guys would want me to be point holder because I'm not. I was like, once again, right? Everybody has a cap for their skill level. I knew that I was not as good as you guys. There was a time Arena was kind of full of grandmasters. Yeah, you know, it's interesting because there aren't as many grandmasters and yachas. Now, so I saved this to open with you guys. I have so I decided to take Opal's recommendation and go with the ancient spellbound glyphs. Dude, grandmasters when they were released, oh my god. I remember playing Raminus with Demon, and he would just drag people out of the Raminus arena. So funny. Yeah. The big thing with Grandmaster and Yacha was the grab and then the drag. Kind of the same thing with Titan. I think 50/50 is becoming one of my new favorite K-pop groups. Titan's Grab After Buff is still nasty. Yeah. At least they made it so that so that you can't do the grab and then do the spin skill and then grab again. All right. Okay, our patch is out. They buffed the PvE for Gladiator. Um, Invoker added a stun. Oh, to the accession skill. Damage reduction is applied while jumping for tidal wave. Increased PvE for Paladin. Hmm. And finally got me. All right. Here we go. The winner of tonight's giveaway is Ilhan. All right, congratulations, Philhan. You won tonight's giveaway and you claimed it with a dad joke. And so here you go. What kind of spells do cows do? What kind of spells do cows do? They practice voodoo. Nice grab, Decay. Opal get better jokes. They're dad jokes. They can't get any better. All right, Opal. What did the father buffalo say to his little boy when he dropped him off at school? Bison. What's up, fish? How much CPU you get per awakened accessory? Between 4 to 500. Yes. Did my pot. You know what, Elrich? I actually hadn't heard that version before. The fully English version. Good, they got the ballista. Okay. I'm going to take down Lagos. Ah, damn it. You split the points really well there. You got the grabbing? Yeah. Mm. Yeah, Valkyries are still good at darting in. I got my weekly points, but let's see how many more matches I can get. Oh, also, I got the Ancient Seed. You know how long I have farmed for that in Histria? Like years, bruh. Years. I got it today. Um, sure, I can do that. Is that Chrome and Ipon? Oh shit. And Azuli? Fuck. Nice open grab. Season +2, something by with White Pearls. No, I think it's another season battle pass. That's what it is. Is that a double pally team? Is that what I'm seeing? But that pally just won't die. Damn it! Damn it! I should already have a heart from the boss slacking. You've been hella excavating? Yeah, I mean, all of those desert grinds for treasure is just mind numbing. Takes forever. All right, my hope is I'm 1% away from 102. Poet, how close are you to 102? Titan nerf. Damn it. The Titan heal is getting nerfed, so it's only 50%. Instead of 3%, it's only 1.5%. Now, will it be significant? Yes, it will be significant. Nice open grab. All right, bye, Poet. Cheers. He has 15% HP recovery on his passive. Yeah. So Damn it. All right, connect sticks. Oh, that was rough. I mean, what it looks like is it's going to be about 30% total HP. Elridge, you just missed out. Poet is the one that you'd want to ask. All right, so I think this is going to be my last Ramo, and then I'm going to call it a night. If I get one. There we go. Ooh, yeah, I'm with Zarkno and List, so all I got to do is with Nerf, it'll be 15% total. Yeah, Lazy Poet. Damn it, damn it. Oh. Now, Season Plus 2 is also going to have, it's a battle pass, so there will be a pay version. Okay? So, all right. Well, folks, looks like my Ramo timed out because I died when the game was over, so I think that means it's time for me to call it a night. Thank you very much, and we will see you, if not on Wednesday, more likely you will see me next Monday for the final giveaway of April. Have a good night.